Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to take a close look at the Australian 2-cent coin from 1971. These small bronze coins may seem ordinary, but they carry a lot of history and are an important part of Australia's decimal currency system. Let's explore the story, design, and collector value of the 1971 issue. Historical background. The 2-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia switched to the decimal currency system, moving away from pounds, shillings, and pence. It became a staple in daily transactions, used for everything from buying sweets to small household items. By 1971, Australia was only 5 years into the decimal system, and the 2-cent coin was still very much a regular part of everyday pocket change. Minting details. The 1971 2-cent coin was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. Millions were produced for circulation, meaning that the coin is not considered rare in general terms. However, proof versions of this coin were also issued in limited quantities as part of collector sets, and these are more valuable today. While circulated coins are common, high-grade examples with little to no wear are much harder to find. Metal composition and size. Like all 2-cent coins, the 1971 issue was struck in bronze, made up of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It weighs 5.2 grams, has a diameter of 21.59 millimeters, and is 1.85 millimeters thick. The copper gives it a bright reddish-brown appearance when new, though many circulated examples now look darker or spotted due to natural aging and exposure to the elements. Obverse design. On the obverse side of the coin, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. For 1971, the portrait was designed by Arnold Machin. It shows the Queen facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Around the portrait are the inscriptions Elizabeth II and Australia 1971. This portrait was used on Australian coins from 1966 until 1984. Reverse design. The reverse design is perhaps the most memorable aspect of the 2-cent coin. Created by Stuart Devlin, Australia's official goldsmith and jeweler, it features a frilled neck lizard, also known as a frill-necked lizard, in a defensive pose with its frill extended. The large numeral 2 is prominently placed to indicate the denomination. This design has become one of the most iconic images in Australian coinage. Circulation and condition. By 1971, millions of 2-cent coins were in everyday circulation, and most of the examples surviving today show heavy wear. The fine details on the Queen's hair and the lizard's frill often appear flat or faded. Collectors look for coins in better condition, ideally with their original shine and sharp detail. Proof coins and uncirculated examples are especially sought after for collections. Collector value. In terms of value, a circulated 1971 2-cent coin is generally worth only a small premium over its face value. However, uncirculated examples can fetch anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on condition. Proof coins from collector sets are far more valuable and can sell for $10 or more. While the coin is not considered rare, condition plays a huge role in determining its market value. Errors and varieties. Some error coins from 1971 exist, and these are always exciting for collectors. Common errors include off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets. Such mistakes are much rarer than regular strikes and can dramatically increase the value of a coin. Collectors often check their 2-cent pieces carefully in hopes of finding one of these unusual varieties. Conclusion. To sum up, the 1971 Australian 2-cent coin may not be rare, but it's an important part of the country's decimal coinage history. With its classic Arnold Machin portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the iconic frilled neck lizard reverse by Stuart Devlin, it represents both tradition and national identity. While most examples are common and inexpensive, high-grade coins, proof issues, and error varieties are much more collectible. Even though the 2-cent coin has been out of circulation since the early 1990s, the 1971 issue remains a nostalgic reminder of everyday life in Australia during the early years of decimal currency.